Hello everyone and welcome to another Tribe Forex Power Hour. I'm Marcello Nino and with me is Nino, a Pro FX trader. Today is April 9th, 2014 and we're going to do today what we've done for years, which is an analysis of the market and evaluation of our strategy, which is based upon biases. And those biases are based upon the calls that we make based upon the daily candles that close at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So first we're going to talk about how it works, then we're going to get into the actual daily analysis, and if there are any trades that we've taken or that we've called, we're going to talk about those too. So our formula for success is to basically do our market analysis after 5 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when our daily bars will close. That's when the the New York session actually closes and the Asian session begins. All right, so when we have our biases based upon our daily market analysis, what do? We take a set and forget it trade, number one, or number two, we day trade in the direction of our biases using our pods, our points of decision, for bigger profits. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the charts. So let's start with the euro dollar. So guys, I was expecting for the euro to stay within this channel and certainly stay within the secondary channel here. And for a second today and for a while until we got into the New York market, it did remain in this channel and actually looked like it was going to turn back around. Didn't quite happen. Actually, we had a breakout. So this is a solid breakout that we're experiencing right now. We could see price come back down and test this area at 3,800, but right now it is officially a breakout for us. Now look at what we have here. We actually have price sitting on the 23.6 and the looks like a previous 61.8. So, you know, we're above one and below the other. Actually, I think we may be just right on the other one as well. Well, we've got to call a buy bias here, guys, going forward. Now we could see price retrace, get us to the 50% fib area at 38.22, and then we can see an explosion again. Price continuation. So let's take a look at and put this in perspective on the monthly chart. All right, so I'm going to get rid of some of these fibs because they are no longer relevant. And I'm actually going to get rid of this too because we don't need that either. All right, so here's where we're at. Until we pass this 139.65 area, we're still looking potentially for hey, don't get off track here until we pass 139.65. For the time being, we've got to be looking for a buy, but I think on a macro level, we've got to be looking for a sell because this is a long-standing trend line. Dates back to 2008. Then we got a hit in 2010, and now again in 2014. Those are not easily broken. Now, what am I saying? I'm saying that in the short run, we're looking for a move up and a press up. Now, we may have a double top here. I don't know what's going to happen quite yet, but I know that historically speaking, we have seen a tremendous amount of, we see price continually really honor the areas of support and resistance. And right here, we have a consolidation that's been in play for years now, for 6 years now. So until we pass the high of this 39.65, we cannot forget that we could potentially have a sell-off at some point. For the time being, though, looking at this candle, we had a breakout of this very strong trend line that is that 6-year trend line that we're talking about. We've got to be looking for a buy here. So we may get a sell-off, price come back to 3,800, and then take back off unless it closes within here, forming a nice reversal candle, at which point now we can look for a sell and begin to sell very, very vigorously and very, very aggressively. We don't have that, though, so we've got to be looking for a buy here on the euro dollar. Okay, so now we're looking for a buy. Now, guys, I was in a sell on the euro, and we definitely got hit here because price was kind of hanging out at 37.70 where we got in, and then it went straight up to 38.50. So we did get clobbered there, if you will, on that euro dollar. Now let's talk about some good news. Some of the other things that we did that did go well. The dollar CAD. Dollar CAD was a sell. We knew that it was going to be a sell. We're kind of hanging out here, watching for a sell. We could have seen a bounce here on the dollar CAD. We're looking for a sell here on the dollar CAD. And you can see all these currency pairs are showing maybe our first trend for the year. So this is why we use proper money management, because these consolidation runs that we've been using, if you use a certain style, if you're looking mostly for consolidations and all of a sudden it switches over to a trending market, then you can take a couple hits and still be okay. All right, and that's fine. So anyway, so here we have the pound dollar, same exact thing, except the pound dollar, what it's done is it reached down, touched that trend line, and bounced right off of that trend line. That was beauty. Look at this. It comes down right to that trend line that we drew and forms this beautiful railroad tracks formation, and then just takes off. If we had caught that railroad tracks on this pound dollar, which is why sometimes it's good to have multiple screens, or have, definitely have some form of a strategy or some form of automation that can look for these trades, because you can't see all of them. So we didn't see that, definitely. Besides that, we were looking for a sell bias anyway, so we wouldn't have taken that one. But this was right on the line, like literally right on our trend line, because that was the trend line to look for. Anyway, so now we've got a buy bias here on the pound dollar. We could see price come back down, test this 1.6750 area, 1.6755. That's more likely than not going to happen, and then we can see a push off of that. So if you want to make some money back, it would be right in that vicinity. On the pound dollar, certainly that looks like a very clear one. We could see price retrace and then get down to 167.55, form a railroad tracks hammer, something that's very, very solid, and give us a good opportunity to make back some very, very, very valuable pips. Okay, so the dollar Swiss, what I said about the dollar Swiss was something interesting. Guys, if we see price past this low where we were, we don't have an awful lot of support here until we get down to the lower areas. So if I go to the monthly, then we'll be able to see it here. Okay, forgot to silence my phone. You think people would know not to call me during this time by now. Anyway, so guys, so here's what we've got. I'm going to get rid of this one too. We don't need this. So what we have here basically is that we can see price really begin to drop, because there's not going to be another area of support until all the way here at the bottom at what is this, 0.7071, which is the absolute bottom of this dollar Swiss. Okay. So for the time being, until we do get a turnaround or something that really shows us otherwise, we've got to look for a continuation down. The only areas of support and resistance that I can see here would be the previous swing low on the weekly here at about 8,700. And then again, right here, and that's at 85.50. Okay, so those are the only two remaining areas of support and resistance. Looking from the daily chart, we've got nothing really to hold it up at this point until we get down to that 8,700 area that we discussed. Okay, and that's the dollar Swiss, so we've got to look for a sell there. So we've got a buy on the euro dollar, dollar CAD sell for sure, pound dollar buy for sure, dollar Swiss sell, dollar CAD sell. Finally, the New Zealand actually broke through that area of support, of resistance, sorry. It's now support at 86.86. So what does that mean for us? That means that we could see price come down, really try to bounce off this 86.85 horizontal line here, which was resistance, is now support, and really head back up. So that's another probable and good opportunity there. And the Aussie dollar continues to make its ascent. It really stops at the Fibonacci areas just for a break and then continues to run up. So we've got to look for a buy. We're most likely going to see 96 levels on the Aussie dollar again, really getting up here at 9,600 on the Aussie dollar, and there doesn't seem like there's an awful lot to stop it from where I'm standing or where I'm sitting. Euro yen, we were looking for a buy because we stayed within this in this area of support and resistance. And look at it. Perfect. Let's just take a buy here. This could be about 200 pips to the upside, and you know, maybe 85 pips of risk. So that's a good buy signal. We could see price come down as low as 140.64 before it takes off, which honestly is not an awful lot. It's about 56 pips or so, 55 pips. So be looking for price to do that on the euro yen. We got a buy on the euro yen. This pound yen is really not that clear for me, but could very well be a buy as well. It's just not that clear. It's in consolidation still, so I'm not going to call anything on that. And the dollar yen also has been able to respect its areas of support, and so we're going to be looking for a buy here. Maybe price will test 101.59, but looks like a buy here. So it's staying within its zones, if you will, of consolidation and of contraction. So that is what we're going to be looking for going forward. Euro dollar, buy. Dollar CAD, sell. Pound dollar, buy. Dollar Swiss, sell. Dollar CAD, sell. New Zealand, buy. Aussie dollar, buy. Euro yen, buy. Pound yen, no call. And dollar yen, buy. Okay? And with that, guys, that is our session. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. That will be Thursday, April 10th, 2014, for another edition of the Tribe Forex Power Hour. All the best.